everyone, welcome back to my astrology channel. I'm Aparna, your astrologer. So today's content will be in audio format. Now, before I begin today, I just want to thank everyone for liking, commenting on my videos and subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate your contribution. So thank you very much. And for those who are watching my content and find value in it and has not subscribed to it yet, please do subscribe because that is going to help me grow my channel and be able to bring more content to you. So thank you very much again, everybody. Now, today I will be talking about the Jupiter's ingressing in the sign of Aries. Now, Jupiter will be moving in the sign of Aries. Now, it has been in the sign of Pisces until 10th of May 2022, but it's going to move in the sign of Aries on the 10th of May 2022 and will stay and will remain in the same sign until end of October 2022. And after that, it will move back in the sign of Pisces until 20th December 2022. And then on the 20th December, Jupiter moves back in the sign of Aries until mid-May 2023. So the next 1 year, Jupiter is pretty much in the sign of Aries, except for the 2 months, the last 2 months that it moves back in the sign of Pisces. So this marks the beginning of a new Jupiter cycle. Now, Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, and when Jupiter returns back in the sign of Aries, it restarts the 12-year cycle. Now, Jupiter returning back to the sign of Aries, which is the first sign of the zodiac, is almost like having a Jupiter return. Now, each one of us is not going to experience Jupiter return because not every one of us has a Jupiter in the sign of Aries in our natal chart. So not everyone will have Jupiter return, but the energy is kind of like that because Aries is the first sign and it kind of restarts this whole cycle. It's kind of like rebirthing the Jupiter principle in our life. And obviously you need to see where Aries is in your chart and which house it occupies, so that Jupiter principle applies to that house matter. Now, Aries is the first sign of the zodiac and it's all about new beginnings. So the Aries archetype is to do with initiative, leadership. It's to do with, the self-image, the relationship with the self. It's about going inward and focusing on the self, on your own personal path, on your own personal priorities, what's important to you. That's what is Aries principle about. It's not about finding a balance with other people. It's about it taking initiative, being the leader in your life and moving things forward by yourself, by your own initiative, by your own confidence, your own courage, your own physical energy, your own mental energy, just the drive, the ambition, all that is stemming from the self. So that's what Aries energy is about. Now, Jupiter is all about, expansion. It's about new opportunities. It's about optimism. It's about growth. It's about your wealth, your social status, your prestige. It's to do with spirituality. It's to do with, your principles, your ideas, your moral codes, your belief system, how the philosophy in life, the meaning of life, whatever your understanding of life is. Now, this understanding and awareness of your personal life comes from your social and economic situation while you were growing up. So whatever your understanding is, especially in the Aries house in your chart, that's where you are having a new beginning, a new start. You're taking an initiative, you're being the leader in that and focusing on self. Whatever you're starting in the house matter, wherever Aries sits in your chart, is led by self. So the encouragement, the motivation is coming from yourself. So the physical energy, the courage, the leadership, the initiative, all these comes because you want a new beginning, because you want a transformation or a rebirth in the way you are perceived. So Aries energy is very much to do with yourself, starting from yourself and taking the initiative, sowing the seed for the growth that you desire in your life, for the opportunities that you want to utilize in your life, the opportunities that comes your way during this time. So utilizing that and bringing expansion, growth in your life, that is a Jupiter in Aries energy. Now on the 10th of May, Jupiter will move in the sign of Aries from the sign of Pisces. Now Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac. So while Jupiter was in the sign of Pisces, we were wrapping up the last 12 years energy. Now with Jupiter in Aries, it's almost like a new energy, new enthusiasm to take things forward. Now, last couple of years has been a difficult time for many of us because of the pandemic and the lockdown and all that situation. But now with this Jupiter moving the sign of Aries, it's kind of a very welcome energy because it's a fiery energy, it's a cardinal energy. It really pushes us, it really nudges us to take that initiative, to not to sit around anymore, to move forward. Whether you want to advance materially or spiritually, whatever progress you want to bring in your life, this is the time to really utilize this energy and work towards your goals more consciously. So this is the best time to use your initiative and leadership if you want the new cycle to be more fruitful. Now, Aries energy is not about reaping the reward. It's about starting something. It's about having a new beginning. It's about sowing the seed. So don't expect results to come your way while Jupiter is in the sign of Aries. But the important thing with Jupiter in the sign of Aries is that you are starting something new. You are releasing the old cycle, the old mindset, the old ways of doing things while Jupiter was in the sign of Pisces. And now you're transitioning into becoming a little bit more bold, more courageous, more confident within yourself to take that initiative. So that's very important with Jupiter in Aries energy. So it's important to focus in the house matter first. So wherever Aries sign is in your chart, that area of life, that house matter, that's where you need to take initiative. That's where you need to make the decision, conscious decision, and work towards the goals of that house, that house matters. So you need to consciously set the intention, they have a new beginning, start something new, plant the seed, whatever it might be, to in that house matter. And now Jupiter principle is also to do with your belief system, your philosophy, how you see things. So with this Aries energy, which is very cardinal and want to make a difference, want to charge forward, this Jupiter is also about how you see things, your spiritual side, your belief system and all that. So wherever Aries is in your chart, there's a need to begin anew with fresh perspective, and seeing the larger picture as well, and not just be overly concerned with the nitty gritties of life, and just see and be more hopeful, optimistic about the outcome going forward. So Aries energy is definitely to not overthink and just move forward, start something, have a new beginning, and just be conscious of the energies that's available with this Jupiter in Aries so that you can use it to achieve your goals. So this is a great time for self-awareness. Now Jupiter brings the awareness, and Aries is the sign of the self. So Jupiter in Aries, this is a time to bring more awareness in yourself and your circumstances. So be conscious that a new cycle is beginning with this Jupiter in Aries for the next 1 year, so that you can use this new opportunities, this new energy that's coming your way during this time for the best results, for growth, for prosperity. And this can be both materially or spiritually. Now I'm going to go through all the 12 zodiac sign and discuss how the Jupiter's energy, Jupiter in Aries energy, will affect each of the 12 zodiac sign. So it's a very exciting time. It's a very charging forward kind of time, very fiery, cardinal. It's not about sitting around anymore. It's about getting up, getting out, and you really make things happen for yourself. Whatever you want to, bring in your life, whatever positive energy, spiritual, material energy that you want to bring in your life. This is a time with Jupiter in Aries. Jupiter is the great benefic. So it brings all these abundance, growth, prosperity in your life. And with this Aries, it's about taking action to bring that growth, prosperity in your life. So let's begin with each of the 12 zodiac signs. Aries, for you, Jupiter is moving in your sign in your first house. So it's a very beneficial and significant time for you, Aries. Now, the last 1 year when Jupiter was in the sign of Pisces in your 12th house, it may have been a kind of a slow period, sluggish period, and also a time of, closures and releasing and endings and culmination and all that, because it was in the 12th house. Now it's in your first house, Aries. Now, first house is all about yourself and your energy, your personal priority, your destiny, how you function, the relationship you have with yourself. It's about your self expression. It's about going inward and looking at yourself, creating more self awareness within yourself and in your circumstances as well. So it's all about the, how the world perceives you, but it begins with you. So focusing on yourself is a very first house energy. Now, this focusing on yourself can be physical appearance as well, or just your mental, mentality, your mindset, your outlook, the effect you have on others, the effect you have in your, the effect you have in your circumstances, in your surrounding, in your environment as well. So all this is very first house energy, and Aries represents the first house energy because it's the first sign of the zodiac. So Aries, when Jupiter moves in your first house, it's the time to bring improvement to your environment and be more self-confident within yourself, Aries. Now, Jupiter is going to be in your first house until mid-May 2023, only moving back in the sign of Pisces in the last 2 months of 2022. But from 10th May 2022 until 16th May 2023, Jupiter is going to be in your first house, and this is after a whole 12 years. It is returning to your first house. So this is most beneficial and blessed time for you, Aries. This is a time of increased generosity, optimism, expansion. You're feeling very exuberant and enthusiastic as well. Regarding life, regarding the your new path, new direction, whatever you want to take, whatever energies you want to bring in your life, wherever you want to go, the material, spiritual progress, growth that you want to bring in your life and within yourself to begin with, you are very hopeful, and very relaxed about it as well. Because with Jupiter energy, it brings a lot of optimism and hope in your within yourself. And when it's in your first house, it really affects your whole personality, your whole life. The way you're looking at life during this time, Aries, is very much full of enthusiasm, hope, optimism. You are very much looking forward to bring these changes in your life within yourself, and this has to do with your appearance as well. So if you want to reinvent yourself, you probably feel very enthusiastic, very energetic, even physically active to do that. So this is not the time for lazing around. This is the time to really get up and take the initiative, have the courage, the confidence to take the initiative to bring that positive growth within yourself and in your life. Now, Aries, whatever happened in the past is not as important anymore for you because it's in your first house. It's really bringing this optimism to your whole persona. So you're not worried much about, past energies, past relationship, past people, especially the ones who are not bringing growth in your life. If there are circumstances, situations in the past that was not helping you grow, you are looking beyond those energies. You want this growth, you want to bring this growth in your life. So you're very much focused on the future now, and you want to free yourself. You want to overcome any kind of previous problem. You're not letting the old energies, the past energies, to weigh you down. You want to overcome them, definitely. You want to find a resolution and move on, but you're very much focused on what's to come, what the future brings, and you want to free yourself from any limitations going forward. So definitely very, very positive state of mind for you, Aries. Now, this is also a great time to see life differently, bring a different perspective in life, because Jupiter is the energy of perception, perspective, going beyond your limits, exploring, looking at the bigger picture. So this is also a great time to, really be futuristic, plan your goals, plan your future, go after your dreams. And your energy is very likable as well, because in the first house, Jupiter brings this amazing likable energy. So people, whoever observing you, you come across very distinct, very likable. The impression that you're making on others is very positive. So this can only help you, further your personal ambitions. And you are totally, want that energy in your life. You want that growth in your life. So you are definitely also want to be social where there's a need to be social. So don't alienate yourself during this time. You may feel a bit kind of like restless as well, because this Jupiter in Aries in your first house, there's so much enthusiasm that you want to do so many things as well. So so you may be feeling a bit restless because you want to tick off so many things. You want to do so many things at the same time. So just be mindful of channeling your energy a little bit more constructively during this time, so that you can achieve more, and not be overwhelmed with this Jupiterian energy. Now Jupiter is this beneficial, optimistic, progressive energy, but it's also a planet of excessiveness. So it can bring excessiveness in life as well. And now, especially when it's in your first house. Now, first house is also to do with your overall health, it's to do with your body image. So it can bring excessiveness in terms of gaining weight, or overindulging, or being overly self-centered during this time as well. You could be overly self-interested, becoming too much interested just within yourself, or overindulgence, excessive behavior. So it's very important to balance and understand this Jupiterian energy, and to understand when to stop yourself from going overboard. So that's very important, because Jupiter is to bring this positive growth in your life during this time. And it's a great time to really kickstart anything that you want to kickstart in your life within yourself, whether it's a new health regime, or to reinvent yourself, or learn something new, or whatever you want to do, mindset, outlook, whatever you want to change, looking at things differently, perspective, all that. It's a great time. So just be mindful of not indulging in excessiveness, excessive behavior, or being overly self-interested during this time. So overall, it is a brilliant energy, Aries. So it's also important to keep yourself open to new opportunities. Now, Aries, you are a fiery cardinal sign, so taking on new opportunities and being open to new experiences is not really much of an issue for you. So you're definitely very much interested in experiencing new things. So this is a great time to definitely bring these energies in your life. But just be mindful that effort needs to be put from your side. You need to take initiative, you need to put in the effort, take action more consciously, more directly, and to bring these changes in your life. And also keeping your eyes open for new opportunities, whether it's in learning, expanding, traveling, having adventure, expanding yourself, your career matters, your opportunities, your prospects, spirituality, money matters, and whatever you want to expand, because it all begins with the first house. Your whole life experience begins with you, how you feel within yourself, how you see yourself, your own perception, and how you project yourself. So Jupiter in your first house is a very beneficial, very blessed energy. This is a great time to lead from a more confident and courageous space, to bring about whatever changes, growth you want to bring in your life, Aries. Taurus, for you, the Jupiter in Aries transit occurs in your 12th house. Now, 12th house is the imaginative, spiritual house. It's to do with your old patterns, past patterns. It's a house of spirituality, subconscious patterns. And this is the time when the universe wants you to take a break, retreat, and focus on your own healing and well-being, Taurus. Now, when Jupiter moves in your 12th house on the 10th of May until 16th May 2023, only returning back to the sign of Pisces, your 11th house, in the last 2 months of the year 2022. But otherwise, the next 1 year, the energy is mostly in your 12th house. Now, during this time, beneficial energies, activities, or experiences can come in your life. You can experience these energies, but they will be mostly behind the scene, because 12th house is the house behind the the rising, the ascendant sign. So it deals with activities behind the scene, or it can also mean a kind of a preparation time, prep time, or taking a break and spending time in isolation to basically rejuvenate yourself, recharge your batteries. Jupiter in 12th house is in its own house placement, because Jupiter traditionally rules Pisces. So in the 12th house, it means almost like you have this divine protection, a spiritual protection from any adversity or difficulties or obstacles in your life. So with Jupiter in your 12th house, it's a very spiritual energy. So this is also time for spiritual advancement, spiritual growth. So it's necessary that you become more compassionate, empathetic, sensitive during this time. Also, doing charity and helping others will feel very fulfilling for you during this time. And also be interested in subjects that's beyond the physical plane, to be interested in dream interpretation, spirituality, meditation, yoga, basically interested in experiences that brings the spiritual growth within you. Now 12th house is also to do with past patterns, old energies, and releasing yourself from old energy, especially the ones that are self-deceiving, self-destructive, kind of self-undoing kind of energies. So you're ridding yourself from self-destructive tendency, or even phobias or fears or guilt as well, because 12th house is to do with the phobias and fear stemming from past energies, or even like can have a past life tendencies as well. So Jupiter, the spiritual growth, optimistic energy in your 12th house, is going to advance you spiritually. It will help you get in touch with your subconscious mind. Your dream world is going to be very rich. You're also very intuitive during this time, Taurus, because Jupiter in 12th house is a natural Pisces house. It makes you a little bit more intuitive. So listen to your gut instinct, listen to your intuition. So listen to your gut instinct and listen to your intuition before making a decision during this time. Now 12th house is also the hidden house. It's a private house. So this is definitely a very private time for you. Can be very secretive time as well. So whatever you are planning, whatever you want to do, going forward, you are probably a little bit more secretive. You're very action oriented, but behind the scenes. So you are taking initiative. You want to move things forward, but you're not upfront about it during this transit. You may bring it all out in the open or launch it when Jupiter moves in the sign of Taurus next year in 2023. But until then, you are definitely growing and developing your skills behind the scene. There may be people helping you anonymously as well behind the scene, to rebuild your inner faith, for you to gain more confidence and courage to be able to move things forward in future. Now Uranus and North Node is in your first house, Taurus. So there's a lot of focus on yourself already. Now with this Jupiter energy, which is about bringing this advancement, spiritual advancement within yourself, in your subconscious. So any old patterns, anything that you need to release, especially if it's self-deceiving kind of patterns, and this can be not just experiences or external experiences or with people. It could be just your mindset, your outlook, how you see things. So all these things needs to clear out, and there's a need to rebuild your inner faith, because Jupiter is to do with your belief system, is to do with your ideologies, is to do with your faith. So there's a need to rebuild those as well. So you're definitely very much interested during this time to release any old patterns. Now that can be an old habit as well, or old way of doing things, old routine. So whatever you have been doing until now, the way you have been doing, whether it's your daily life, your job, career, relationship, any old energies or old habitual pattern which may not be productive, you are really rethinking, reevaluating those energy. You want to bring a whole, kind of lifestyle change during this time. And this may involve, kicking out an old habit, old way of doing things. So if there is a habit, maybe it's a external habit, physical habit, could be an old habit, or dependency, codependency on other people, whatever that might be. This is the time to release those energy, and when you release this energy, this Jupiter will work in sync with this North Node and Uranus in your first house. Now next year Jupiter will move in your sign, so there will be this energy for a few months, the May, June and July, before North Node moves to your 12th house. there would be a few months, couple of months in the middle of next year. All these energy of Uranus, Jupiter, at North Node will all be in your first house in your sign. So that will be a time for major transformation, major changes, lifestyle changes, just overall changes. So this is the time to really let go of any energy that's keeping you in old ways of doing things, and keeping you in old habits, old routines, old people as well, old connections that may not be working for you anymore, old jobs, old career, old life direction, old financial matters. Maybe you are being held down because you have a debt to pay or a loan, whatever that might be. So all these, this is a time to really think and plan how to move forwards and release these old energies in order to move forward, Taurus. So the main focus during this time, Taurus, while Jupiter is in your 12th house, is to create self-awareness, is to focus on personal development, and to release any old subconscious pattern to bring the change in your life, whatever change you want to bring in your life going forward. Now, it's also important to keep your eyes open for new opportunities and take initiative and direct action to bring those opportunities in your life, to bring the material and spiritual growth going forward. So it's very important to be open-minded, because Jupiter energy means to be open-minded, to be broad-minded, to be expansive, to be ready to explore, whether it's spiritually or materially. And Aries is this cardinal fiery energy, which is all about confidence, courage to take action, to have the goals and ambition, whatever you have, to move those things forward. Now, during this time, while it's in the 12th house, it may be all behind the scenes. So whatever you're working on may be behind the scene during this year until Jupiter is in Aries, but it will come to the fourth when it moves in your sign next year. But until then, it's a great time to really, prepare yourself and release old ways, old mindset, old self-destructive patterns, self-deceiving patterns, old phobias, old guilt, anything that is holding you back, to release all those energy and move forward, Taurus. Geminis, for you, Jupiter in the sign of Aries moves into your 11th house. Now, 11th house is the house of social circle. It's the house of networking. It's the house of group work, teamwork, your acquaintances, your associates, your peers, people you work with in an organization or collective environment, group environment. It's also the house of your future plans, future hopes and wishes, and also the house of professional gains, the incomes, the gains that comes from your profession or business. So that's what the 11th house energy is. Now, when Jupiter, which is a great benefic, a very blessed, optimistic, progressive, spiritual energy, comes in your 11th house, it gives a boost to your social circle. It is really great time to have fresh start, bring fresh energy within your social circle. So this could involve new networking activities, going out and meeting new people, new encounters, new collaborations as well, getting involved in new group activities, new group projects, and really benefit through group activities and by associating yourself with others during this time. So it's a really beneficial time to really go out and network, connect, mingle with people to gain professionally and personally as well, Geminis. So Gemini, this is a time to think long term, think future plans, whatever goals and ambitions that you have for, maybe next 5 years or even next 12 years, because Jupiter is a 12-year cycle. So wherever you want to see in the long run, this is a great time to really put the energies, effort in, at least laying down the plans that whatever you have, future plans, planting the seed, starting something new, beginning in your 11th house matter. Now, 11th house is the natural Aquarius energy. So it's to do with humanitarian activities as well, connecting with the collective, connecting with the larger world, humanitarian activities, connecting yourself with a cause. That's what Aquarius energy, 11th house energy is about. So Jupiter, which is a natural benefic, it's a very blessed energy, it's a very spiritual energy, it's expansive, optimistic, hopeful energy. When it comes in your 11th house, it expands your, it surely expands your social circle, but what it also does is it will make you want to, it will make you want to get yourself involved in humanitarian activities, and you will be okay with being just part of a group, being just part of the collective. You're not as keen during this time to, push your own personal agenda during this time. So you're very happy to gain from a group activity, to gain through collaboration, through connections, Geminis. So it's a really good time to join clubs, organization, form collaborations, and rely on your friends for help and support. This is a very optimistic time for you, Gemini. So achieving your goals during this time with Jupiter in your 11th house, which is kind of in a very harmonious aspect energy with your sign, because Aries is a fire sign and you're an air sign, so it kind of goes well together. So whatever you want to achieve, your goals and ambition, your future plans, hopes and wishes, all these comes quite easy for you during this time. Obviously you need to put in the effort and be open to the opportunities that's coming your way, but overall the energy is quite helpful for your social growth. Now, during this, not just your social group expands, but also your value in the social group also grows. So the collective, your social group, the people you work with, people you associate with, those people also will value your advice during this time, your advice and help during this time. So you can gain from your social circle through help and support from them, and also you'll be in a position to give that help and support to your social group, Geminis. So this is a great time to really be open to group activities, and be very open to, socializing a lot more than you would usually do. Now, Geminis, you are a social sign anyways, so you will find this energy quite easy, and you can use it to fulfill your own goals, hopes and wishes, moving forward. Now, you may also share common causes and ideas. So you may be, working together on a common theme. So if it's a cause you are connected with, or an ideology, or a project, whatever, you're very much interested in sharing your ideas with other people as well, and whatever ideas that you come up with will be very well received as well from other people, especially your social group, your group circle, your acquaintance, team members and all that. So they will definitely receive you very well with your ideas and whatever you have to contribute in a group. Now, 11th house energy is the professional gain as well. So the gains and income that you receive from a business or job, profession, whatever that might be. So during this time with Jupiter in Aries, you're very driven to increase these energies. You want to increase your money making capabilities, your income. You want to increase that. You want to climb up the career ladder to have more material gain, and also business. If you've got a business, you want to really take that forward, progress it, grow it to have that material gain, professional gain, the income that you want to bring in your life during this time. This is really beneficial time for all these matters as well, Geminis. Now, Geminis, while Jupiter was in the sign of Pisces, it was in your 10th house. So it was a very work-oriented kind of time. So you were very focused on your career. You were working hard. You were probably taking on more responsibilities, because Jupiter gives excessiveness as well. So you were really working hard during the time when Jupiter was in the sign of Pisces, and your social circle may have been affected during that time. But now is the time to really come out and really be more open to these opportunities to expand your group, expand your social circle, really, connect with people, network with people for professional matters. So this is really a great time to expand your reach through networking, group project, and even social media, because 11th house has the energy of technology associated with the Aquarius sign, which is about technology. So you can use social media during this time to reach a bigger network of people, audience, and all that can contribute to your professional gain. So with this Jupiter in Aries in your 11th house, this is perfect time to start something on a public platform, on a social platform, on a digital platform as well, and really contribute something, maybe a cause, a charity related matter, or spiritual matter, or whatever you want to offer, whatever your capabilities are, because Aquarius sign 11, because 11th house energy is to do with humanitarian activities. So you could bring your experiences through technology and be the change maker, bring that change in society through whatever you have to contribute and make a difference in the world, Gemini, because you're good at sharing information, you're good at digging out information as well and sharing it with the world. And with Jupiter in the 11th house, it opens the door to the audience, to the world, to the masses. So this is a great time to really put yourself out there and share your knowledge and information, Geminis. Jupiter energy can be excessive as well, so it's important to stay tolerant with others during this time. Now you may be dealing with different kind of people, so that means different kind of value systems. Now people are not alike, so this is a time to be a little bit more tolerant as well as you deal with different energies, different people, new encounters, and you're keen to go beyond your current social circle. So there is an added need to be more tolerant with different kind of people, different value system, different energies. So Gemini's, overall, this Jupiter in your 11th house will open many doors for social interaction, for collaboration, for your growth, professional growth, the income, the gains, future plans, hopes and wishes. There's a lot of beneficial energy in all these matters. So in order to bring growth in your life during this time, Geminis, you need to be taking action towards, conscious action, whatever you want to take. Also be open-minded to new opportunities and new connections, and also mingle with people, connect with people, put yourself out there to bring growth in your life during this time, Geminis. Cancer, for you, Jupiter in the sign of Aries moves in your 10th house. Now, 10th house is to do with your career matters, your professional matters, your goals and ambitions in the outside world, the external world. So, with Jupiter moving in Aries, which is a cardinal fiery sign, this is a very beneficial time to take action related to your regarding your career matters, because you will see growth in your career matters, and your reputation, your public image come to you if you take action, if you're direct, if you're ambitious, driven. Then Jupiter will most definitely bring the beneficial energy in your career matters. Jupiter has been in the sign of Pisces in the last 1 year, and your ninth house. And ninth house is to do with exploring, traveling, learning, belief system, being open minded, being open to your need to explore, travel, learn. So this Jupiter now moving in your 10th house is shifting your energy from being more free spirited to being really hardworking in your career matters. Now your focus is back on your professional success, and this Jupiter moving in your 10th house is going to bring that beneficial energy in your career growth, moving up the career ladder, getting that promotion, or if you want to change your life direction, go some other way. Jupiter in Aries can help you have that new start, new beginning, because Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, and Jupiter in Aries begins a new 12-year cycle. So the old energies that you've been dealing until now, and if you think you need to move on from that old energy, Jupiter in Aries in your 10th house will definitely bring that new fresh energy, new growth. So this is a great time to take the initiative, plant new seeds for a change in career matters, or bring growth in your career matters if you feel it's been stagnant until now. So it's a great time for career advancement, business success. So any business related matters or career related matters will be definitely growing during this time. You know, you'll feel the growth, enhancement, success, accolades, achievements, accomplishments coming your way, you know, public recognition and all that. Now Jupiter is this spiritual energy. It brings material and spiritual growth. There's an opportunity for material and spiritual growth. So during this time you may see a change in your image or status, you know, to the outside world. So how you project, so how you come across to the outside world, you know, how the world perceives you, that may go through a kind of a change, and also a beneficial kind of energy. So the change that is going to come about in your life in terms of your image and your projection, you know, your public image in terms of your career matters, is going to be positive and, you know, progressive as well. So great time for promotion or new job opportunities, reward, you know, whatever you want to do, it's a great time to do that. Bring that energy. Now 10th house is the most visible house among all the houses. So when Jupiter comes here, it just means the spotlight is on you, limelight. It just means spotlight is on you. So this is a good time to really put yourself out there. Don't hide during this time, Cancer. Come into the limelight and receive the accolades, accomplishments, achievement, growth, advancement, success that can come during this time. So do appreciate it and do embrace these energies in your life, Cancer. Now, Jupiter in 10th house can also bring mentors or authority figure, influential figure in your life that can help you grow in your career, or achieve your goals and ambition, or maybe help you understand your life direction, where you want to go, how you want to go, how you can get there. If you have any kind of confusion regarding where you want to go, definitely it's a great time to, you know, connect with people who are senior to you, people who have experienced people who can contribute in terms of knowledge and experience in your life, Cancer, because during this time these people will be able to see more potential in you and will also be very willing to help you during this time. So definitely if you get this opportunity to meet people who can help you grow in your career, then it's a great time to connect with them, you know, share your experience, share your ideas with them. And if you do need to ask for help in order to grow, then it's a great time to ask for that support as well, Cancer. Now, Cancer, until now, while Jupiter was in the sign of Pisces, you may not have been as focused where your career matter was concerned, because you were very much focused on exploring, expanding, traveling, and learning, and all that. But now is the time you want to focus more on your career matters. You want to become really serious about a job. If you've not been working until now, or if you have taken a career break, this is time to go for a full-time job, because you will definitely appreciate promotion or recognition or achievement or financial growth through career matters or business matter during this time. So definitely put yourself out there to be in that position for career growth. So if you've not been working, if you've not been in a job currently, or if you not have a business, if you're not started a business or anything, this is a great time to really look at these energies, because going to only bring you success, achievement going forward. And all this will bring you more joy, more pleasure from work, and will also give you more freedom. Even though you may get more responsibility as well, but you will enjoy those responsibility, because whatever you're doing is bringing you joy. You love doing whatever you're doing. So this is also a great time to think about doing, taking up as a career something you enjoy, something that you truly love, something that gives you that fulfillment, that satisfaction within you. And if you have been in a career that is not fulfilling until now, this is a great time to move in that direction, that career direction, which is more fulfilling, more satisfying, which brings you more happiness, Cancer. Now, Cancer, Jupiter also has this excessive energy, so just be mindful of how you're projecting yourself in terms of your public image, your reputation, your career matters, how you're projecting yourself. So it's very important to lead from a place of directness, honesty, and just be honest with your work, be ethical with whatever decisions you make, be more scrupulous, more principled with this Jupiter energy. The expansion and advancement will definitely come your way during this time, and you will have more control, more say in what you're doing in your work environment. You will have more control, more say. You will be able to contribute most definitely. But it's also important to have a strong work ethic during this time, because Jupiter is expansion, but it's also excessiveness. So it can make you overly self-interested during this time. So it's a good idea to find a balance with this Jupiter in your 10th house, and do whatever work or profession, business, whatever you're involved in, lead from a more ethical space rather than egoistic space. Cancer, and overall Cancer, it's a really beneficial time for your career matters. So just be open to new opportunities, and don't wait for opportunities to knock on your door. Go out and make it happen, because Aries energy is very direct, cardinal energy. It's all about going out and making things happen for yourself, Cancer. Leos, for you, Jupiter moving in the sign of Aries will be in your ninth house. Now, Aries is a fire sign, just like you, Leos. So this is a very beneficial time for you. Now, ninth house is to do with traveling, learning, exploring, expanding your mind, your belief system, philosophies you have in your life, your perspective, larger perspective as well. It's a house of new opportunities, new horizons, interacting with new people, new adventure, new experience. So it's a very exciting house, and it's a natural Sagittarius house. Ninth house is a natural Sagittarius house, and Jupiter rules Sagittarius. So this is a very beneficial time for you, Leos. Now, this can bring an expansion in your perspective, your belief system. You're open to new experiences. You are open to taking risk. You are very adventurous during this time. You want to travel, you want to learn more, you want to really expand your mind, and you're very ready for new experiences. Now, Aries is a fiery cardinal energy, so it's all about taking direct action. It's about being more ambitious, more courageous, more confident. And Jupiter is this spiritual energy of expansion, growth, progress, optimism, hopefulness. It's an abundant, prosperous energy. So when Jupiter is in your ninth house, it will bring all these energies to all your ninth house matter. So this is a very beneficial time for learning, for education, to study something or learn something you are interested in, a subject that is close to your heart, something that connects to you, something which you connect to spiritually as well. So this is a great time to undertake those academic pursuits, because you're very intellectually curious as well during this time. You want to explore, you want to expand, you want to experience new things, you want to understand new concepts, new ways of thinking, new thought process, ideologies, new religion, spirituality, whatever that might be. You're very much interested in exploring these areas. Now, ninth house is to do with distant land. It's to do with traveling abroad. So meeting new people of different cultural backgrounds also comes under ninth house experience. So Jupiter here is going to expand all that. So this is a great time to travel abroad. The next 1 year, Leos, is a really great time to expand your horizon, meet new people, be more curious, and just put yourself out there. And just put yourself out there, because you're definitely in the mood for growth and expansion during this time, Leos. The ninth house energy is also to do with teaching, publishing, legal matters, legal decisions, promotions, business dealings, all those. So Jupiter will bring the beneficial energy in all these matters. So if you're an author and want to publish something, this is a great time to do that. If you have got a message that you want to share during this time, you will get a much bigger platform to share whatever information you have, whatever philosophy, whatever whatever your perspective is, your opinion. You will get a bigger platform to express yourself. Also, any business dealings or long distance travel, due to professional matters can also be very beneficial during this time. Also, you will get a lot of appreciation, positive feedback, publicity, promotion during this time for the work you have been doing or the work you want to do going forward. So it's a quite a good time for you, Leos, to put yourself out there, learn, explore, expand, and really share your philosophy, your opinion, your perspective with the world, and thus grow and expand going forward, Leos. Now, Leo's Jupiter brings this optimistic energy to the mix, and in the ninth house, which is also the house of luck and fate, and also, life purpose, your soul purpose as well, because it's a very spiritual energy. So connecting with your soul purpose, your life purpose, is also a kind of a ninth house energy. So you are feeling very much connected with life and the opportunities that comes with it, as you put yourself out there, as you spread your wings. So you are definitely very optimistic, and you believe things will work out in the end for you. So this is a great time, Leos, to move forward on that future path with more determination, more energy, more direct action. Be more driven, more enthusiastic, more energetic to take things forward during this time. And you will feel also very transformed by the new experience that you have. Now, Leos, the last year Jupiter was in the sign of Pisces. Until May 10, Jupiter has been in the sign of Pisces and in your eighth house. Now, eighth house is a very intense house. It's very different energy from ninth house. So until now, so until 10th of May, you have been feeling this transformational energy in your life, and it must have felt very intense, very heavy energy as well, Leos. But moving forward from the 10th of May until next year, mid-May 2023, the tides are turning and it's becoming more favorable for you, Leos. Now, in the month of November and December, Jupiter will go back in the sign of Pisces and in your eighth house. So there is a 2 months when it goes back in the sign of Pisces, but then again it moves forward from 20th of December 2022 back in the sign of Aries in your ninth house. So that would then bring more enhanced energy to move forward, to take action, to take initiative, to lead your life, be the leader in your life, to explore, expand, grow, and all that, Leos. So, Leos, while Jupiter is in your ninth house, you'll feel very expansive, almost limitless, because ninth house is about exploring and expanding. So this is a great time to take a risk and start something new in terms of whatever you want to start. If you want to write something, or if you want to speak about something, if you've got a message you want to convey, if you want to launch something, a business partnership, whatever that might be, ninth house energy is quite positive to embark on this new journey, because ninth house Jupiter is a great energy to embark on a new journey and start a new 12-year cycle, Leos. Now, while Jupiter was in the sign of Pisces, that was the time to release whatever you've been doing the last 12 years and bring in new energy now with this Jupiter moving in the sign of Aries, to plant new seeds, to have new beginnings in whichever area you feel there's a need for new beginnings. So especially things related to foreign things, distant lands, and it can be romance in faraway lands as well, or with people from different cultural backgrounds. So you could be connecting with people from different cultural background on your travels, and that can spark a romance or relationship going forward. So all that is definitely there, and this Jupiter is going to bring less stress for you as well. During this time you'll feel a little bit more relaxed, more positive, in a more positive state of mind, and you will be able to bring this energy, the lucky energy of Jupiter in your life, and be able to move forward on your goals and ambitions, your life purpose path, whatever your fate is, whatever your destiny is. You'll be able to move forward on that path with much more ease. Now Jupiter is also an excessive energy. It is about expansion and growth, but it can also mean overindulgence. So watch out for not becoming overly self-interested and ignore people, relationship, or anything around in the past, or anything else in your life, because you're feeling so expansive, optimistic, you want new energies in your life. So just be mindful to balance that out. So overall, Leos, while Jupiter is in your ninth house, this is a fantastic time to travel, learn, explore, expand your horizons, be more curious, be more, put yourself out there, keep your eyes open, be broad-minded, take on new opportunities, meet new people, and whatever energies you want to bring in your life, whatever transformational energy you want to bring in your life, whatever you want to begin, anything you want to launch, anything you want to start, the risk you want to take, this is a great time to consider all that. And Jupiter will help you, bring this beneficial energy and bring, blessed energy in your life for future growth and expansion, Leos. Virgos, for you, Jupiter in the sign of Aries moves into your eighth house. Now, eighth house is the house of shared finances, shared resources, shared value system as well. It's a house of intimacy. It's a house of coming together to build resources or for financial gains. Eighth house is also to do with social finances, loans, taxes, inheritance, and all that. So, Jupiter in the sign of Aries in your eighth house can bring this transformative energy to these matters. So it deals with transformation, regeneration, rebirth. It deals with your psychological landscape, your psychological mindset. So Jupiter here can really bring growth and expansion when you combine together, when you come together with others for mutual gains, for to build resources. So this is a great time to involve yourself in a mutually benefiting financial situation, maybe through a business partnership or through a business, coming together in a union, cooperation, business dealings to increase your money uh, prospects, to bring growth in your money matters, Virgos. Now, Jupiter in the eighth house of financial matters, especially joint finances, will bring this beneficial energy to your joint finances, shared resources, loans, taxes. So if you come by money during this time, Virgos, and if you have got a loan or debt to pay off, this is a fantastic time to clear any old debts, any old financial restriction that you might have on yourself. So this is a great time to release all those energy so that you can start anew, make some financial planning for the future, have new financial strategy going forward regarding how to accumulate wealth and how to manage your wealth or resources. So this is a very transformative time for you, and with Jupiter in there, it's going to really amplify this need to bring a change and also overcome your fear or phobia or paranoia related to your your financial matter, or also your worth, your value, how other people value you, and your perspective around that will also go through a deep transformation. So it can feel very intense and heavy at times while Jupiter is in your eighth house, but it's all to transform you and to show you where you need to release fear, obsession, control, and move forward with this renewed energy, plant new seed, new beginning, fresh start with this Aries energy to move forward from old energy that is probably restricting your growth, Virgos. Also, by releasing these fears and paranoia, you will be able to deepen your relationship, intimate relationship that you have. You will be able to understand, what is holding you back, and you will be able to improve, transform your relationship, the permanent bonds, whether it's financial related or personal, whether it's business or personal, any kind of bonds that you have, unions that you have in your life, you'll be able to transform that by overcoming your fear and whatever phobia or paranoia or guilt or shame you have around that. So this is a great time to really understand your own self, what you bring to the table, your value system, your worth, and really stand up for yourself as well going forward, Virgos, to be able to bring that change the positive change in your life. Now, eighth house is to do with money matters as well. So this means other people's money, social money. So during this time with Jupiter energy in there, you could get financial support from other people as well. So this can be inheritance or tax rebate or a loan that you wanted from a bank that has been approved, or you pay off a debt and you have cleared your financial burden, or you could be investing in properties, or buying things, or investing your money in business, or getting funding from the bank for a business idea, a startup, whatever that might be. Virgos, it's a really positive energy for all these matter. So if you're thinking about undertaking any of these projects, this is a great time to think about it, and really think seriously about it and be more positive about these matters during this time, because Jupiter, even though it's an eighth house, which is a kind of a difficult house in terms of dealing with emotions and fears and all that, but it can still bring transformative energy in your life, and definitely it can bring some kind of financial gain or financial support from other people going forward, Virgos. Now, Virgos, while Jupiter was in the sign of Pisces and in your seventh house, your opposite sign, it was bringing great energy, great beneficial energy to your relationship matters, whether it was business matters, personal relationship, whatever partnership in your life. It was bringing this positive energy to these matters. Also spiritual energy, because Pisces is a spiritual, compassionate energy. So it was bringing a bit more awareness and understanding in terms of how to deal with people. Now in the eighth house, Jupiter becomes a little bit more intense, transformative, and brings more heavy emotions. But it's all for your growth. It's all to transform your life for the better. So this is a great time to unclutter your life and yourself from past emotional traumas, attitudes, all those the things that are holding you back, and really focus on your relationship, to have this warm, expansive attitude regarding yourself, your emotional well-being, and other people's around you as well, in your relationship matters. So overall, Virgos, this is a very beneficial time to capitalize on your financial matter, invest, grow financially, and create these more meaningful relationship, more connected relationship during this time, and just be a little bit more open-minded, more courageous, more confident to take action in these matters. So definitely a great time for your joint finances, shared resources, to build resources together as well. So you're definitely very capable of better financial management as well during this time. And the financial growth that comes in your life during this time, Virgos, you will be able to use this as well in future to help other people. If there are anybody who needs your help, you'll be in a place to help them out financially or emotionally as well, because you yourself are transformed now. You have shed your fears, you have overcome any guilt, phobia, paranoia, and now you're in a place, in a transformed place, where you can offer support and help to other people as well, going forward, Virgos. Libras, for you, Jupiter in the sign of Aries moves in your seventh house, which is your opposite sign, Libras. So, seventh house is associated with partnership, both personal and business. So, during this time with Jupiter in your seventh house, it will bring beneficial energy to your partnership, your serious partnership, committed partnership, your marriage, business partnership, also negotiations, contractual agreements, business, and people you deal with on a daily basis, one-to-one interaction, and other relationship as well. So any social interaction during this time, it's a great time for growth, and a new cycle to begin in these matters. Now Jupiter in Aries starts a new 12-year cycle. So the last 12-year cycle culminates with Jupiter in the sign of Pisces until 10th of May. But after 10th of May, Jupiter is in the sign of Aries in your seventh house. So it starts a new cycle, putting your partnership matters, your relationship matters in the forefront. So Libras, you're interested in bringing these new energies to your business matter, to your romance, creativities, to your partnership, relationship. So you're definitely very much interested in growth and change in these matters, and you want to, move forward with your significant others. You want to move forward with the other person, together with the other person. You want to build life together, growth together, along with your significant other. So this is a great time to really come together and, establish and solidify any significant partnership during this time. Now, if you were in a relationship, in the last 12 years, or even in the past, doesn't have to be 12 years, and it was not fulfilling, or it was not growing, or if it was toxic, this Jupiter can bring a change. That relationship can end, and a new one can begin with this Jupiter entering your seventh house. So you can come across new people as well during this time with whom you want to form a deeper connection. Or, if you have already been in a relationship, you want to commit or move in together or make it official, like a marriage or something. So all that is definitely possible during this time. Jupiter will bring this energy most definitely. And this is also a great time for business matter to negotiate more successfully, sign a better contract, have a better business partnership relationship as well. Also, seventh house is a natural Libra energy, so it's also to do with legal matters or an official legal law related, justice related matters. So anything to do with that as well during this time, Libras, will be definitely successful and beneficial. So you can see, so if you have a legal matter going on, you will see a successful, favorable result outcome during this time. So Libras, this is the time to think about what kind of partnership you want. If you're already in a relationship, this is a time to renew, bring some fresh energy, of new spark in your relationship during this time. If you feel you have outgrown your partner, and this can be personal or business, this is time to either renew, rejuvenate the energy in your partnership, or seek new relationship. And Jupiter will bring this positive energy in these matters. Even if you do go separate ways, it will be probably amicable. But Jupiter is a beneficial energy, so it probably will solidify and establish your relationship and make it stronger going forward, and will bring this happy, fulfilling, energy in your life during this time and for the next 1 year. Now, Jupiter is in the sign of Aries from 10th May until end of October. Then for the last 2 months, it moves back in the sign of Pisces, that is your sixth house. So your work and health matter again comes into focus in the last 2 months of 2022. But then again, on the 20th of December, it moves back in the sign of Aries in your seventh house until mid-May 2023. So it will bring that energy back to your relationship matters. So this is the time to start a new 12-year cycle where your close relationship matters are concerned, and find a balance, a healthier balance between relationship, how you deal with other people, how you socialize, how you connect with people, trusting the other person more, and supporting each other. And all these can reduce relationship stress as well going forward, Libras. Now, Jupiter is this expansive, abundant, prosperous energy as well. So in a business partnership kind of situation, you can definitely get financial benefit through partnership, and you'll feel more joy in dealing with other people during this time. And this can be both personal and business, because you're more easygoing and more tolerant during this time. So any challenges in relationship matter from the past may be resolved easily as well during this time. And this can be both personal and business. So Jupiter will bring this awareness, self-awareness regarding how to move forward with this renewed energy in your relationship. So anything that is feeling stuck or heavy, this Jupiter in your seventh house will definitely bring in this fresh new energy. And with this Aries energy, you are definitely very confident, courageous, want to take initiative, want to move forward where your relationship matter is concerned. You have probably a kind of a need for freedom as well in your social relationship during this time. So you are your own self as well, but you're also very willing to grow together together as well. Now Aries is the sign of self, but seventh house is to do with relationship coming together to make things happen. So it's both kind of energy, so it's a good idea to balance yourself and others during this time. So Libras, if you're an entrepreneur or you have a business, this is a great time to negotiate a better deal, sign a contract, something that you are happy with, and collaborate as well, come together for financial benefit going forward, or form a partnership that is really mutually beneficial for both the parties, all the parties concerned. And seventh house energy is also a lot to do with advising, counseling, consultancy, and all that. So this is a great time to look into these as well, because Jupiter is to do with knowledge as well. So if you want to become an advisor, a therapist, or a consultant during this time, it's also a good idea to look into these matters. And whatever you do, whatever output, whatever work you do during this time in terms of your business matters, you will definitely get good reviews as well, good feedback, good publicity, good promotion, self promotion as well, because with this Aries energy, it's self promotion in a partnership, in business matters, most definitely. So this is a great time to put yourself out there, be open minded, be more expansive, and more connected and more tolerant of other people, while dealing with other people, so that you can bring in this beneficial energy in your partnership. So it's a great time to stay positive and take on the opportunities that comes your way. Be open-minded, connect with people, socialize with people, and Jupiter will definitely bring this happier, healthier, more tolerant partnership, both personal and business, going forward, Libras. Scorpios, for you, Jupiter in the sign of Aries moves into your sixth house. Now, sixth house is the house of work, health, and your daily routine. So, Jupiter in here will bring beneficial energy to all these matters. Now, this is a great time to look at your work, your daily life, your structures, your how you organize your day, your routines, your habit, and also your health matters, and bring fresh energy in these matters. So if you have been working in a certain work environment or in a job which is not fulfilling or is not satisfying, this is a time to bring new energy in your work matters, because Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, and it brings a kind of a fresh new beginning. This is time to plant a new seed. Now Jupiter's cycle is a 12-year cycle, so when it comes back in the sign of Aries, it restarts its 12-year cycle. So for the next 12 years, this is a great time to plant seed regarding your work and health matters, Scorpios. Now Jupiter is this beneficial, abundant, expansive, optimistic, spiritual energy. So when it comes in your sixth house, it's going to bring you benefits in the areas of work, health, and your routine, daily routine. Jupiter will enhance your ability to handle your work and do a good job as well. So whatever capabilities you require to do a good job, Jupiter is going to provide that to you. It will enhance your ability, it will improve your skill set, and this is a great time to become a little bit more aware of your skills and capabilities as well. So Scorpios, whatever skills and capabilities you have accumulated until now, this is a great time to use those skills and capabilities to get a better job, or to improve your work environment, your working conditions, your daily environment, what you do on a daily basis. And this is both work and health matters. So if there are any stuck old energy, especially in terms of health matters, because when Jupiter comes in the sixth house, it can bring a lot of blessings, but it can also lead to excessiveness. So you may end up doing a lot of work. So it's very important to balance the energies, because if you overwork and overextend yourself while Jupiter is in your sixth house, it can lead to stress and can affect your health. So it's very important to be aware of your skills, your capability, and also delegate any extra work to other people, or outsource your work to other people, higher skilled people if you're in a business, or whatever situation you might be in. Also your daily chores, daily routine, your daily the duty and service that you provide on a daily basis. If you feel you overwork and overextended, it's a good time to delegate and ask for help. Now Jupiter will bring benefits to your work environment, co-workers, employees. You will see a growth or improvement in your working relationship and work environment as well. So all these enhancement, blessed energy, improved energy, growth inducing energy, all these will bring joy to you in terms of what you're providing, the service you're providing. So whatever you are offering, it will bring more fulfillment and satisfaction and happiness, joy, happiness going forward. Jupiter is this optimistic energy. It brings opportunities, it brings a new way of looking at things. So here, if you are looking for a new job, new employment, it will be easier for you to find new employment, and you may have too many choices as well where employment is concerned, new job. So you may get more than one offer, so you might have to choose which one you want to pick. So this is a great time to bring growth and expansion where your work matters, job matter, employment and all that is concerned. You will definitely be very enthusiastic, energetic, confident and courageous to take action. Also, the work you provide, the service that you provide will be well appreciated, well received, and it will bring a certain kind of pride, accomplishment, recognition for your usefulness and productivity. So definitely it's a very rewarding time, Scorpios. So if you lead from a place of integrity, honesty at work, be more ethical, be more direct in your approach, then you will be able to reap the rewards going forward, most definitely. Now health matter is it's a good energy for health matters as well. Jupiter does bring positive energy, but Jupiter also brings excessiveness. So just watch out for your diet, the food you eat. Make sure you're eating healthy food, and also the exercise plan, exercise regime that you have. If you don't have one, this is a good time to introduce one, and going forward you will be able to achieve some kind of outcome regarding your health matter. But it's very important not to overindulge during this time, because Jupiter is this optimistic, happy energy, and it can bring overindulgence in terms of excess in food. So it can lead to weight gain and all that. So it's very important to keep an eye on your food intake, your diet, and keep a routine, and have a diet plan, exercise plan as well, and just really balance yourself out with meditation and yoga as well. Jupiter is this limitless energy, and sixth house is about having boundaries. So you may feel a bit limitless in terms of wanting to overindulge and wanting to overdo in work matter or take more responsibility and all that, because you want to maybe impress in your work environment, or you want to contribute more, or you want to be more useful in your daily lives. So it's very important, Scorpios, to be mindful that your work and health balance is very important. Stress is going to only make your health suffer. So find a balance in terms of what you do, the job you do, the work you do. And if it's not helping you, if it's affecting your health, if it's limiting you, if it's not fulfilling, then this is a great time to look at other places as well, in terms of finding another job, and you may find a better job, more paying job, better working condition, all that. So definitely it's a good idea to keep yourself open to new opportunities. Don't limit yourself during this time, because Jupiter is this expansive energy. This is not the time to limit yourself, and Aries is all about taking direct action. So this is a great time to really go out and take direct action, be more proactive in terms of looking for job. And if you're happy with your job situation, it's a great time to contribute more, be more useful. And if it's too much work you're taking on, it's a great time also to delegate and outsource your work if you feel you are overextending and overworking, Scorpios. So it's very important to organize your life, work, health, and just daily life as well. Outside work matters as well. It's important to have a routine, a structure in your daily life so that everything runs smoothly. Now, you may be inclined also to take two jobs during this time for extra money, because Jupiter brings that, expansive excessiveness. So just be mindful not to overdo it. Now, when Jupiter was in the sign of Pisces and in your fifth house, it was a time for expansion, growth, and really overindulgence, where the fifth house matters are concerned, which is to do with having fun. It's a house of passion, creativity, self expression. It's a house of recreation, romance, love, children. So there might have been a tendency to overindulge, overspend in all these matters. Now, maybe because of that, you are trying to balance it out while Jupiter is in your sixth house, because maybe you spent more money while Jupiter was in the fifth house. So you may be taking on more jobs, two jobs, doing two jobs at the same time to earn the extra money. So it's very important to not overdo it and focus on your eating, your exercise, self-care, and bring a change, a positive change in the way you approach your work and health matters, because Jupiter in Aries starts a new 12-year cycle. So you want to bring this fresh energy in your work and health matter. You don't want to start this new cycle with the old energy of overworking and over extending yourself and overindulging in terms of extra work, extra job, and also not looking after your health matters. So this is a great time to let go of, release old energies, old habits, old ways of doing things, old routines, old structures, and all that, and really look at your routine, your health, work, everything with a fresh eye, and bring a new energy in your health and work and your daily life, Scorpios. Sagittarius, for you, Jupiter in Aries moves in your fifth house. Now, fifth house is a house of fun, romance, good time. It's a house of creativity, self expression, creative expression, solo project, your hobbies, your talents, passion, creativity, and also your children. So when Jupiter enters your fifth house, Sagittarius, it brings its expansive, optimistic, beneficial energy to your fifth house. So during this time, you will enjoy yourself and explore your creativity and take on new opportunities, try out new ways of doing things, new ways of expressing, new ways of showing your creativity, new ways of having fun, exploring new avenues, taking on new creative projects during this time. And all these will be very rewarding as well. So this is a time to also explore a new hobbies, a new talent, or new ways of doing things, basically new ways of having fun, maybe recreational activities, or with your children, spending time with your children. So Jupiter is going to bring this beneficial energy to all these matters. Now, fifth house is a house of self-expression. It's a house of creativity and your talent. So during this time, Jupiter can bring a very beneficial energy if you display your talent to gain recognition or to bring career growth in your life. If you're an artist or a creative person, this is a brilliant time, Sagittarius, to display all these energies, and you will definitely win accolades, recognition, and appreciation for your creativity, for your what you have to offer, for your talents. So definitely a great time to set out and explore these areas. Now, Jupiter in Aries, Jupiter is this expansive spiritual energy, and Aries is this fiery cardinal energy, which is about taking direct action, being courageous and confident. So Jupiter will bring that Arian kind of so Jupiter will expand this Aries energy in your fifth house matter. So you will be very direct in terms of your creativity, in terms of expressing yourself, also in terms of love and romance. So you may meet a special person during this time because you're proactively interested in these new relationship, new love relationship. You want to bring new romance in your life. Now, if you're already in a relationship, this may bring a new spark, a new kind of romance, a new energy in your relationship, in your love, in your romance. So Jupiter in Aries will definitely make you take these direct action, be more proactive, be more upfront about bringing these energies in your life in terms of art, in terms of creativity, romance. And also it's a house of children, so it can lead to childbirth, pregnancy as well. If you are aiming to have a child, then this is a great time and you may get a good news regarding that as well. So great time for social connection, creative connection, social engagements, putting yourself out there, displaying your talents, your creativity, expressing yourself, whatever creative expression you have. Be more passionate during this time, and Jupiter will definitely improve your chances and enhance this whole creativity, passion, self-expression, romance. Will bring all this energy to your in your life during this time. Now fifth house is also to do with speculation and investment, like stock market and all that. Now Jupiter in your fifth house can bring positive energy in these matters as well, but you do need to have a look at your natal chart, and if there is positive energy in your natal chart regarding these matters, then it's a good time to take a healthy advice risk as well, and these can pay off. You can definitely get some good return on it, but obviously you need to have a look and make informed decision. So Sagittarius, during this time, definitely let your hair down, have fun, enjoy, take a vacation, take on a new hobby, creative project, whatever you want to express, however you want to express, your unique, express yourself uniquely, creatively. You will definitely be interested in pleasure seeking activities, more amusement, more recreation during this time. So all these energies are definitely there in your fifth house matter. Now until 10th of May, Jupiter was in the sign of Pisces in your fourth house. So your focus was a lot on your home and family matters, and you were definitely a more of a homebody, or more concerned with your home environment. Maybe you bought a new place or you moved to a bigger house during this time, or just renovated your house during this time, or connected with your family members during this time. But as Jupiter moves in the sign of Aries for the next 1 year, this is a time to really have more fun, express yourself, be more passionate regarding yourself, and use your creativity and whatever you have to offer, talents and hobbies, whatever you have to express yourself. And all this will bring you fulfillment, happiness, joy during this time, Sagittarius. Now, Sagittarius, Jupiter is your ruling planet, so it goes very well with your energy. You understand the Jupiterian energy, and you also understand that it can lead to excessiveness, overindulgence. So just be mindful of, your financial matter as well, not to overindulge in terms of not having an eye on your finances, your money. Maybe you're overspending, overindulging. That can lead to financial crisis, in the future. So it's very important to keep a balance in terms of how much you're spending and what you're spending on, and not impulsively spend or overindulge in terms of pleasure seeking and spending money in terms of recreational activities, amusement, and just whatever you spend to have fun. So it's very important to keep an eye on your finances as well. So Sagittarius, overall this is a great period to be more positive, more optimistic, more upfront where your fifth house matters are concerned. It's a good time to put in effort as well to utilize this energy as well, because you need to make a conscious effort to achieve recognition, or self-expression, whatever your creative expression, your creativity that you want to express during this time, using your talents and whatever capabilities you have. It's a great time to express those, and you will definitely gain out of it. So it's important to keep your eyes open for the opportunities, be open-minded, and make the effort as well to bring in these positive energy in your life. So Sagittarius, this Jupiter in your fifth house is a brilliant time for you to have fun, bring romance in your life, have good time, recreational time, creative, passionate time with your close ones, your children, and also a great opportunity to bring new romance in your life, whether it's new romance or romance in your existing relationship. Capricorn, for you, Jupiter in the sign of Aries moves in your fourth house. Now, the fourth house is the house of your home environment, your roots, your family members, your emotional and physical foundation. So, Jupiter moving in your fourth house is going to bring a lot of benefit to all these matters. So it's a great time for improvement, enhancement, where your home and family affairs are concerned. So anything related to home and family matters is going to bring you much joy and pleasure, and you will feel more connected with your family members and home life during this time. Now, fourth house is also to do with roots, both your childhood roots and also where you lay your roots. So, with Jupiter in your fourth house, you get kind of an awareness regarding all these matters as well. So, any past conditioning, any experiences related to your childhood, this is a great time to overcome those energies, especially if there are any kind of trauma or unpleasant experience attached to that, Capricorns. Now, Aries is an energy of direct action, it's an energy of being courageous and confident and really taking initiative where wherever it sits in your chart. So for you, Capricorn, in your fourth house, there would be an increased sense of security and safety in your domestic life. So you want some kind of stability, security, safety in your home environment, and this is also to do with your house matters, the real estate, because fourth house is not just the home environment and your emotional side, it's also to do with your physical foundation. So during this time, you're very much interested in laying down your roots in terms of purchasing a house maybe, and really settling down, laying down your roots during this time. So it's a great time for improvements in your home environment, in your house. So if you want to do any renovation, redecoration in your house, this is a great time to do that. If you want to buy or sell house, again, it's a great time. Also, Jupiter in your fourth house can bring an addition to the family or home environment. So there can be an additional person coming to live with you, or it could also mean a childbirth that adds to your family. So definitely Jupiter in Aries is going to bring this blessed energy for you in terms of your fourth house matter, Capricorn. Now, Capricorn, as Jupiter moves in the sign of Aries, which is the first sign of the zodiac, is going to begin its new 12-year cycle. Now, the last 12-year cycle, which ended with Jupiter in the sign of Pisces and in your third house, which is the house of communication and connection, it's a house of your thinking, mentality, how you perceive and all that. Pisces is this spiritual energy, but it can also cause confusion. So while Jupiter was in your third house, you may be over analyzing and over evaluating, overthinking a situation. Now, when it moves in your fourth house on the 10th of May for the next 1 year, it will bring a sense of grounding, a stability, security. So that energy is definitely there, Capricorn, for you to stabilize yourself, and even your home life will improve. You will have emotional connection with your home and your family members during this time. So Jupiter will definitely bring this energy of expansion. So it can bring a new home, a bigger home, a more beautiful home, more comfortable home. So also it can bring a kind of a move to another city or another place which is more beneficial for you, Capricorn. So definitely keep your eyes open for any opportunities that comes your way regarding a home move or a home purchase, or just connecting with your emotional side to get a more sense of security and stability in your where you live. Basically, this could also be a great time to declutter your home, release old stuck energies, even energetically as well, to cleanse your home, declutter your home, and just create a more peaceful, happy kind of home environment, Capricorn. The fourth house also is to do with ancestry, heritage, your roots, your family, your extended family and all that. So with Jupiter moving in your fourth house, old issues, old matters may be resolved during this time. So it's a good time to get in touch with your roots as well, and your past ancestry, heritage and all that. This can lead to a family reunion or a vacation, or some happy event around your home environment. It can also lead to financial support, maybe an inheritance or financial help from others. So this is a great time to really nurture yourself and others, and also really bring a sense of healing and sense of well-being within yourself during this time. Now, while Jupiter is in your fourth house, your interest is definitely much more on your home matters, on your security and stability. You're not as much interested in worldly ambitions and career professional matter during this time. You're more interested in stabilizing your home. You're more interested in having a firm for foundation and emotional well-being during this time. So Capricorn, while Jupiter is in the sign of Aries from 10th of May 2022 until end of October 2022, and then again on the 20th of December 2022 until mid-May 2023. This is a great time to really bring this positive energy in your home and family matters, and also property matters, real estate. So your home life, family connections, all these are going to be positive, improved, and will bring you a lot of joy and pleasure, most definitely. So keep yourself open to connecting with people in your home environment. Keep your mind open as well. Release old stuck energy, old way of thinking, old mindset around your family life, and yourself as well, your own sense of belonging, your own emotional comfort, emotional security, all that old energies, and these may be stemming from childhood conditioning. So this is a time to really clear up any guilt or resentment from childhood, or from past, and really move on with this renewed energy, new beneficial, expansive, growing, progressive kind of energy in your home matters, Capricorn. Aquarius, for you, Jupiter in the sign of Aries moves in your third house. Now, third house is a house of communication and connections. So, Jupiter over here is going to bring beneficial energy to the way you communicate and connect. Now, third house is also to do with information sharing, is to do with learning, especially short-term learning, and also short trips, business trips. It's also to do with your community, your local environment, your neighborhood, and your relatives as well. So Jupiter in your third house is going to bring you education and communication opportunity. So this is a great time to increase your knowledge and skill set, Aquarius, because third house is a natural Gemini house, and it's to do with your skills and capabilities. So Jupiter here in the sign of Aries is going to help you enhance your capabilities, your skills, whatever skills and capabilities you have, especially related to information sharing, communication, connections, networking. Jupiter is going to help you enhance and improve these capabilities. Now, Jupiter is in the sign of Aries, and Aries is this fiery cardinal energy. It's all about taking direct action. It's about being courageous and confident and taking the initiative. So, in your third house, this is a great time to be enthusiastic and more energetic about sharing ideas and expressing yourself. And you'll be able to do this with more enthusiasm and positivity, because Jupiter is this expansive, hopeful, optimistic energy. And in your third house, it brings this expansive, upbeat energy to the way you communicate, the way you express yourself, the way you share ideas and information. So it's really a great time to connect with your community, your neighborhood, maybe explore a different part of your city, connect with your relatives, close ties, and all these will help you express differently and more positively. Now when Jupiter enters Aries, it begins a new 12-year cycle. So here is your chance, Aquarius, to reevaluate, reassess the way you communicate and the way you put out message into your audience, or whomever you are sharing information with. So this is a good time to understand how you're being portrayed, how you're portraying yourself. Do you like the way you're being portrayed? So all these things can be reevaluated, and you can bring fresh energy in these matters. Now whatever you have been, now the way you have been communicating and connecting until now, even your mindset and outlook, how you perceive things, all these can go through a kind of a regeneration. It can have a fresh start, a new beginning, in terms of in terms of starting a new cycle. So whatever your current energies are, Aquarius, if you're not fulfilled with it, if you're not satisfied with it, this is a great time with Jupiter in your third house to really, change the way you do things, to change the way you communicate, and share information. All that can go. All that can go through an improvement. Now, third house is also to do with learning, writing, blogging, social media, all those things. So this is a great time to, if you got a business which deals with, these things, in terms of if you got a blogging site or if you share information on social media, this is a great time to really, express yourself openly and share your ideas. And all this will lead to your prosperity, most definitely. It can also lead to financial gain because you are coming across very open, very enthusiastic, very positive, and people are looking at you or listening to you in terms of the information you're sharing, and you come across very efficient, very knowledgeable in terms of what you're sharing. So definitely a great time to keep yourself, your mind open to new opportunities and new ways of communicating and connecting compared to what you have been doing, especially if you're not satisfied with your old ways of doing things, Aquarius. Now, Jupiter was in the sign of Pisces and in your second house until 10th of May. So, second house is about, your money and security matters. So, that was your main focus last year and until 10th May. So, it was a very productive year where money matters are concerned. So, you must have improved your financial situation most definitely during this time, and that could have led to financial spending, and that could have led to spending as well, Aquarius, but you definitely improved your financials during that time. Now it's in your third house of thinking, of expressing, of ideas and community. So this is the time to really express yourself, get your talents out, whatever you want to communicate, whatever you want to express. If you got products or services in terms of, if you have a business or something, this is a great time to market these product in a different way as well, or promote these things as well, and you will get positive feedback as well during this year with this Jupiter energy. So Aquarius, is definitely important to benefit from these new opportunities and bring these new energies in your life by being open-minded and not being stuck in old ways of doing and thinking. So definitely it's a great time to communicate better, learn something new if you want to learn something new, if you think that you need to take on a course in order to improve your skills, or you need to relearn or retrain to capitalize on a talent or something, a business idea, then it's a great time to do that as well, because Jupiter is about knowledge and third house is the learning house, especially short term learning. So it's a great time to really learn something new as well. And with Aries energy, you probably will be very proactive to take that initiative to learn something new. Now, if you take any short trips, business trips during this time, it's definitely positive as well. You can receive a news, a positive message, positive news and announcement regarding your business matters, or whatever you're learning, communication, or from your neighborhood, whatever. You can receive some positive news that can help you grow in terms of how you're communicating, your business, your learning needs, your connection, networking, and all that. Now, Aquarius, third house is to do with your community and local environment as well, your neighborhood. So this is a great time to connect with your community as well. So if you got skills and capabilities, maybe you can offer it to or volunteer in your community to offer that selfless service, or get involved with the community. And this can be either volunteering or whatever opportunities you get, and it can feel very fulfilling and rewarding as well if you connect with your local environment as well, because Jupiter is a spiritual energy. So it's a good time to connect with your spiritual side as well while you do community service. So Aquarius, you will find great joy in communicating, learning and networking during this time, and it will bring benefits as well, improvement, enhancement as well during this time. The way you relate with others, the way you connect with others, your thinking, how you think, your mindset, your logic, reason, your perception, opinion, all that is going to go through an enhancement during this time. Now, third house is also to do with business dealings, business trips, sales. So this is a great time for these energies as well. If you've got product or services to sell during this time, you can have more sales, your products can sell better, improved marketing, you can reach to a wider audience. So all these energies are most definitely there. So the important thing, Aquarius, is to keep yourself open, be open-minded to new opportunities during this time, and also to put in effort to utilize these opportunities that comes your way, to make conscious effort to make the most of whatever is available for you, Aquarius. So Aquarius, overall, this is a great time for self-expression, ideas sharing, community work, getting involved in communication, connections, learn new things, educational opportunities, enhancing your knowledge, skill set, and all that. So Aquarius, do make the most of this Jupiterian energy, and Jupiter will definitely bring expansion, growth, and opportunities your way where third house matters are concerned, Aquarius. Pisces, for you, Jupiter in Aries moves in your second house. Now, second house is a house of finance, personal finance, and self-worth. It's a house of your possessions, attachments. It's a house that seeks stability in material gains and financial matters. So when Jupiter moves in your second house, there is going to be benefit coming your way in your earning power and your value system. So it can be an overall profitable and productive year, Pisces, if you put in the work. Now, second house has a Taurus energy. It's the natural Taurus house. Now, Taurus is about self-reliancy and putting in the work, it's the self-effort to gain the stability, the financial stability and security. So with Jupiter in your second house, it's going to bring this beneficial, amplified, expansive, progressive, good luck, blessed energy to your financial matter. Now, it is in the sign of Aries, and Aries is a cardinal fire sign, and its energy is very direct, very confident, very courageous. It's the initiative taking energy. So this is a great time to have fresh beginning, new start in your financial matters, Pisces. Now, Jupiter has a 12-year cycle. So each time it enters the sign of Aries, it restarts its 12-year cycle. So Jupiter was in the sign of Pisces until 10th of May, and in your sign, Pisces, in your first house. So you're already feeling very optimistic. You must have made a lot of plans, growth plans, future plans, how to move forward. Maybe you have some ideas, business ideas. And now when Jupiter is in your second house, this is a time to really, build on those ideas, give form to those ideas, a structure to the ideas. You can use those ideas for profitable business ventures, or just maybe a side hustle, whatever that might be. So it's a great idea to start something that can increase your earning power, Pisces. Now, Jupiter in the second house will bring a lot of confidence, enthusiasm, and you will rely on your ability to earn a living. So you're definitely very finance led during this time, Pisces. So whatever work you're doing, if you have a business or whatever that might be, the main focus for the next 1 year is definitely to attract more income. And this can be achieved through being realistic, being proactive, taking direct action, being a leader, taking initiative, all the Aries quality, being courageous and confident to take action as well regarding your financial matter. And it's a great time to boost your earnings as well by developing your talents as well. And whatever talents you have, maybe you can capitalize on them during this time and, express yourself, maybe creatively express yourself, use your talent to boost your earnings. And this in turn will improve your future financial situation as well, Pisces. So definitely Jupiter in your second house is a great energy for a financial boost. Now, if you're in a job situation, then you may get a bonus or a promotion or a financial increment through your job, or maybe you could be leaving your current job and going to a better paying job. So whatever the situation might be, Pisces, you will definitely be able to enhance your financial situation if you take conscious action, direct action. If you think you need another income stream, or you're not not happy with your current financial situation in terms of the salary income you earn, and you want to go for something bigger and better, then this is the time to really put your plans into action and really move forward. Now Jupiter is this blessed, expansive, progressive, growth bringing energy, but on the other side it's also an excessive energy. It can bring overindulgence. So in the second house, it may give you an inclination to splurge as well on yourself or on personal possession to make you feel more secure. So just be mindful of the amount of money you're spending during this time, because the more you earn, you may have the desire to spend more during this time. So this can create financial issues going forward. So definitely it's a good idea to have a budget, a financial plan, so that you don't go overboard. If there have been any money issues from the past, Pisces, then those issues will clear up now, because Jupiter is bringing this lucky energy to your second house. So it will resolve any past financial problems, issues, and it will bring this growth inducing energy to your money matters. So it's definitely a great time to learn about financial management, better managing your resources, budgeting, developing a financial plan, a financial strategy as well going forward. And if you are spending money on things that will make you more comfortable in your home, or whatever if you want to add to your possessions, then it's a good idea to budget it and not indulge in impulsive buying, which you may regret later on. And somewhere you feel that you are well taken care of with this Jupiter in your second house energy, but it can lead to financial issues later on if you're not mindful of the outgoing. So definitely a great time to grow financially, Pisces. Now Jupiter will be in your second house from the 10th of May until the end of October 2022, and then it moves back in your sign for the last 2 months of 2022, which is November and December. But on 20th December 2022 until mid-May 23, it's back in the sign of Aries in your second house. So this is a great time for financial well-being, income raise, bonus, promotions, buying new things, beautiful things, luxurious things. And if you're applying for a loan, that could be approved as well. So it's a great time overall for financial matter. Just be mindful to curb the need to overspend during this time. And overall, it can be a very positive energy which gives you a sense of stability and security. So do make the best use of the opportunities that comes your way during this time, Pisces, and keep yourself open to new opportunities as well, especially if you have been in a certain way of doing in terms of financial matters, or in terms of job matters or business matters, that you have a certain amount of money coming in. But if you want to increase, improve, and bring this growth in your financial matter, it's really important to look for new opportunities, how to improve your career matters, professional matters, business matter, so that you can bring in more money. So definitely a great time for benefits in your earning power and your value system. And this Jupiter will also bring an improved sense of self-worth, because your financial situation improves, Pisces. So this was my Jupiter in the sign of Aries analysis. Brings that proactive, confident, courageous, expansive, blessed energy to wherever your Aries sign is. So make good use of this energy and start something new, have fresh start, because Jupiter itself starts a new 12-year cycle. So definitely a great time to start something anew. Old energies, you may have released old energies while Jupiter was in the sign of Pisces. Now it's a time to bring in new beginnings in your life and in the area where Aries sign sits. So definitely a great time to utilize this blessed Jupiterian energy in the sign of Aries, and make conscious decision regarding how you want to use it going forward. So thank you very much for watching and have a lovely day.